God is so good to us all. Hold on. That popped out too quick. All right, there we go. So I have our affirmation cards. And once again, divine two different decks, two different decks. And all I saw was forgive on both of them. Two different decks. The first one says, I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. And it's something about that word perceived. Perceived means maybe you thought it was wrong and maybe they didn't think it was wrong or they didn't know that they did something wrong. Perceived wrongs. It says, today I listen to my feelings and I am gentle with myself. I know that all of my feelings are my friends. My feelings are my friends. Welcome, Erica. Welcome, Jeremiah. I forgive everyone from my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. This one just says on this side, I see clearly. I see clearly. And then it says, I willingly forgive. Who is they talking to today? I breathe love into my vision and I see with compassion and understanding. My clear insight is reflected in my outer sight. Hmm. And you know, we read all these cards before, right? I just keep reshuffling them. But this, I willingly forgive. I breathe love into my vision and I see with compassion and understanding. My clear insight is reflected in my outer sight. So everything I know on the inside is reflected on the outside. And I know that. Hey, Mama B, welcome. I am so grateful for these words that we get to hear every day. And a lot of times, the reminders that come are amazing because we need to hear them right when we need to hear them. And absolutely see clearly what God is laying out for you. See clearly because it's being laid out before us. So there's so much gratitude in being able to see clearly, really being able to see through the fog of life, the fog of people, places, things, jobs, situations, seeing that God got the whole plan. You be thinking that, something look like this or something look like that. And God is like, chill out, relax. I got it. I got it. Take your hands off. You gave it to me. Now just back on up and let me do it. And when I look at what's showing up in my life, I got to say that that part is absolutely true. Back up, I got it. Things I took my hands off years ago showing back up. And literally, like, so divinely aligned. I was at the barbecue, reconnected with Khadijah, at the barbecue, connected with Marv, and Marv called Tariq, and Tariq then said, girl, I'm working with these people. I'm wondering what this is for because I knew it was a big deal, but I knew it wasn't for me. That's the other part too. Paying attention to what shows up in your life. It may not be for you, it may be for somebody else. But having the wherewithal to pay attention to say, what is this for? Who is it for? Because it's definitely not for me. But now, because of his involvement, it's for us. It's for us. You come up with the technology, I got the style, and these are not your grandmother's glasses. That's all I know. They're not. So just the fact that some development is happening in something that I've started so long ago. I'm just so grateful for. So let's jump into our 5 minutes of gratitude. It starts with a quote from Unknown. It says, "Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you may look backward and realize they were big things." We just said that. We just said that. Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you may look back and realize that they were big things. Now fill in the four blanks. It says, "Something I can experience or imagine that inspires me. One simple reason for being grateful for where I live. A routine that gives my life pleasure. Every morning at 8 a.m. What I love most about today." And the affirmation says, "I can be happy whenever I want, no matter what my circumstances." Mm. You know, there are those who are happy based on whether or not their circumstances are happy. That's not us, though. You can choose happy anytime. You can choose happy in spite of. There's so much that needs to happen and needs to be done. And guess what? I can't even worry about it. Worry is a useless emotion anyway. I remember days sitting around crying about bills, crying about relationships, crying and crying and crying and crying, crying so hard you snotting, your eyes all blowed up and just ugly crying and ugly crying over what it could be, what might happen. And then after ugly crying for 24 hours, when the day finally comes, it never turns out the way that you imagined that it would. And then all I could think was, what a waste of that day. Just cried all day for nothing. My lights did not get turned off. They made a whole deal with me. I ain't even got to pay for 6 more months. But I sure cried about that electric bill. Just cry. Or I found this picture of myself in my favorite chair. I love Queen Anne chairs. I had this Queen Anne chair in my bedroom. And whenever stuff wasn't right, especially financial stuff, I would sit in my Queen Anne chair. And one day I just took my camera and I took a picture of myself. And I know that that time was right in the middle of the foreclosure of my house. And it was no stopping it. Was no matter what I did in that moment, unless I came up with gobs of money, was I going to stop it? And I'm just sitting there, just so sad. And I remember looking at that picture recently and said, "Why did you take this picture? You look horrible. This is terrible." Like, all I could see the angst, the worry, the sadness, all in it. And now, yes, before and after for sure. I'm gonna share that somewhere. It's probably pop up in some presentation at some talk I'm gonna do in the future. But when I think about everything that came after and how God set that whole thing up, I'm telling you, if I still had that house, I would still be in Philadelphia and I would not be the person that I am today. So even loss that don't feel good is good. It is good. Some things have to be removed so that you can get to the good stuff. You know, they say all things happen for our good. Didn't say all things would be good. Some things don't feel good. Some things hurt. Some things are sad. Some things, and now I'm so evolved. I'm so evolved, y'all. I'm so evolved. Because when things happen, I ask myself, I wonder what this is leading to. I wonder what unfolding God has for me now. And I get excited. Oh my God. What is about to happen next? I'm like, that didn't work out. So if that didn't work out, I know something good about to happen. I know it. I ain't even gonna be sad. I will go find something fun to do because that didn't work out with that person or that deal fell through. I just know whatever is next is bigger than that. Absolutely. What is this teaching me? Most of the things that I have learned is patience. Patience. Yes, chillax. Chillax. You got yours already in your presentations the before. Yes, exactly, Doreen, for real. Because we become the evidence for so many people. Because people look at you and say, "You that happened to you?" Well, you don't look like that happened to you. Well, we ain't gotta look like what we've been through. Who made that rule? That you gotta look like what you've been through. I think that's the saying. I don't look like what I've been through. Go ahead, Noreen.
I remember years ago, because I went through a terrible divorce, right? So I bumped into a lady one day, and she was shocked at how I looked, and I'm surprised, like what? Like what did they expect me to look
What do
like?
they want you to
Because
look
of the way
like?
that I was going through, right? And she was shocked.
Yes, 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 yes. Mama B said every day can't be Christmas. Actually, I think every day can be sort of a feeling of Christmas because we know that every day is a gift. So if you lean into that the present is the gift, even when those things come up, listen, I laugh at so much, especially some of the things that people say and they think that they doing something to you, but they don't realize that they doing it for you. You have saved me from being in your jacked up life. I don't have to be no parts of what you got going on. So thank you for releasing me out of that world of yours because I don't need to be in it. Like what? Like I'll be like, oh, so grateful. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you for me dodging that bullet. Cause I really see how you are. Cause I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and I always want to see the good in people. And that has caused me some trouble. Dr. Loretta said to me one time, "Girl, everybody is not your friend." She's like, you said that she was your friend. I knew she wasn't your friend, but I ain't want to tell you that. But she not your friend. They not your friends. I felt like a 6 year old when she said it. She said, "Girl, she is not your friend." It's my friends. Everybody's my friends. They're my friends. They're my friends. Everybody's my friend. She like, nah, not your friend. So
Bless your heart. You like the little kid on the playground, want everybody to be their friend.
yes.
And they'll be kicking you and burying your coat in the sand. And that's my friend.
Oh, that's my friend. Dr. Red like, mm-mm, not your friend, honey. Not your friend, honey. Let's see how our deep breath of life correlates with what we've been talking about. This is our deep breath of life daily inspiration for heart-centered living. What you gonna say? Mama B said, I'm sure saying that now. What you gonna say? I don't know what you're gonna say. Tell me what you're gonna say. So this is a deep breath of life, daily inspiration for heart-centered living by Alan Cohen. We are people living from our hearts. So everything that he usually says gives us a word to move by. And September 16th says, is it 16th? Yeah, 16th. The whole truth. And it says the truth shall set you free. You know who said that? Jesus. The truth shall set you free. Why people be lying? Like the truth, the listen, why you telling stories? Why you lying for? Stop lying. Like one lie begets another lie. Before you know it, you can't even remember the lie you told. Tell the truth, and you will keep it in order. You could tell the truth backwards. Ain't that how they get people in court? Tell me the last thing that happened before you tell me the first thing that happened. And because they've been lying the whole time, they can't get it right in their brain and they get caught in a lie. Don't do it. So it says, the truth shall set you free. It says, a married man is interested in me, Marilyn told me, but I don't feel attracted to him. What did you tell him? I asked. I told him that I do not date married men. When I heard Marilyn's response, something did not sit well with me. You did not tell him the whole truth, I ventured. What do you mean? The bottom line is that you're not interested in a relationship with this man. The fact that he is married is secondary. What would you do if he got divorced, showed up at your door with flowers, and announced, here I am, not married anymore? I guess I would tell him I was not interested in creating a relationship with him. That's the other half of the truth you need to tell now. Life is a series of lessons in discovering the truth and living it. When we hedge, compromise, withhold, deny, and camouflage what really is happening, sooner or later we will have to retrace our steps to the point where we diverted from the whole truth and tell it. Speak up now, avoid the rush later. Speak up now, avoid the rush later. Take a moment to consider any areas of your life which you have not told the whole truth. This is not to make you guilty, but to liberate you. Whenever we set whenever we set aside what is happening and pretend our stash robs our energy from being fully present. Consider what you would say if you had the courage to put the cards out on the table. Although the prospect may be challenging, it's a lot less work than carrying a lie and having to come back and say what you wanted to say in the first place. Help me be aware of the truth and have the courage to live it. The truth is my strength and my friend. Somebody better tell the truth, Shane the devil. Everyone ain't my friend, even when they say we are sisters. Welcome to Georgia. Oh, yeah, I learned that. I learned that part. Tell the truth, and the truth will set you free. Yvette said, out of nowhere, my department was just told we're receiving a bonus this Friday in 3 days. Trust God, He is in the sudden blessing. God is. Yes, hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Whatever it is, it's on time. Sharing good news. It's in the neighborhood. Y'all next. It's in the neighborhood. It's in the neighborhood. When I tell you the things that's showing up, like, sometimes you think, oh, all this is going to be great over the summer and this and that. And the summer is winding down and the good stuff is winding up. The good stuff is winding up. Everything, everything that we've been asking for, as long as you are leaning in and doing your part, sometimes you just got to show up. And when you feel resistance to show up, that's when you really need to show up. When you feel like I don't feel like it, I don't want to, that's when you really need to show up. Because that's how I felt about the barbecue. I'm like, I don't even eat barbecue. Like, I don't even want no barbecue. And I'm like, but I haven't seen the family in a while. So let me just go catch up with the family. Boy, did I. The family caught up with me. So I was like, it's a 45-minute ride. I gladly rode them, listened to my books, and all those blessings. Mama B said removals are not punishment. I see it as strengthening. Absolutely. Some people got to go because they are the weakest link. Sometimes you linked up with the weakest link. You ever link up with somebody and all they do is complain? All they tell you is everything that's wrong and have a hard time finding everything that's or anything that's right. And then I just got to tell the truth. I'm gonna give you a couple of times. Then I'm gonna say, you know, you do that every time you talk to me, right? Is there anything happening good that you could tell me about? Because you keep telling me all these things, and it's just making me tired. And I don't do tired conversations. I do things that are exciting. I want to hear your exciting news. I want to share some exciting news. I want to talk about what we're doing next to elevate our life, because this is the time for elevation. You know, in the worst of times, some of the most millionaires are made. I made so much money over the pandemic. I'm trying to figure out like what was happening in my mind during the pandemic that's not happening now. I think I just because we was inside. So I was doing the thing inside. Maybe I should stay in the house more. I don't know. But that, and then prior to that, the 2008 mortgage bubble, so many people made money. The recession, so many people made money. And guess what? Where we are right now in the world, a lot of people will make money again. And it's everybody is so focused on what's happening in the White House that they can't pay attention to their own house. Pay attention to your house. Dr. Loretta said, keep the White House out your house. I get it. It's sensational. All of the things that's being said, it's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Some people I know have stopped their life and said, ain't no need to do nothing because they're going to mess everything up anyway. I'm like, what? Well, guess what? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing until they roll downhill because it ain't down here yet. That sound like all them problems sound like rich people problems. Sound like other people problems. Don't sound like my kind of problems right now. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and keep that house out of this house. And I'm gonna keep running this house. Oh, you shouldn't buy a house right now. This is the worst time to buy a house. Says who?
Darlaina,
Ma'am.
people made money during slavery. So what is our excuse for not going ahead and making money?
Uh, I don't know. But what I do know is that ain't my business. You know, we say we got businesses, right? There's God's business, there's your business, and then there's my business. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave God's business alone, I'm gonna leave your business alone, and I'm gonna just mind my business. My family business, my personal business, my professional business, that's the business I'm minding. So the more we mind our business, we can be like all the rest of these people. They looking at interest rates saying, okay, this is what I need to do now based on that. Man, listen, y'all heard that insurance lady that came on here? She ain't say nothing about don't do it. She ain't say nothing about don't build the trust. She ain't say nothing about don't, she ain't say none of that. Yes, what happened to not being conformed to the world? Yes. In it, but not of it, right? Why you minding them folk business? Some people really just need to turn the TV off. Just need to turn the TV off. Turn off the TV, turn off social media, and when it depends on you, do your part however you see fit, whether that's community work, whether that's voting, whatever it is that you can do, just do your part. You ain't got to go screaming to the rooftops how you feel. You just know where you're supposed to go to say how you feel. You know where how you feel matters. And however that is, whether that's serving people, serving the underserved, whether that's going to see your local political people, voting when it's time to vote, whatever it is that you feel that you should do, that's what you should do. And that's how you mind your business. Because it's a lot of people talking that you really ain't a part of the conversation for real. Like this still had nothing to do with you. Like you really can't change nothing that's happening. These people who have their thoughts about their thoughts can't change those folks. So why don't you go and have some thoughts about your own thoughts and do something that's going to impact your family for once and for all? Stop making excuses about what the world is doing. It has nothing to do with you. Doesn't have anything to do with you saying, you know what? I think I'm gonna write my book. Because guess what? They still writing books, they still publishing books. People still buying books. I just bought quite a few. Didn't we, Manya? So they still doing that. Maybe I'll put on a workshop or a brunch because they still got workshops, they still got brunches. This weekend is quite a few coming up. I got a girlfriend get ready to celebrate her 50th birthday, and she ain't say nothing about the White House. She said, "Be at my birthday party." So mind your business. Be about your business. Because when this is all said and done, because none of it can last forever, you know the rain has got to stop at some point and the sun must come out. Be ready for when the sun comes out. Be ready. Because the sun, for some of us, is already out. It don't got nothing to do with nothing that's going on anywhere else but in my house. So I want you to take that and do your stuff. Mind your business. All of your business says. The Rice Center is open. The bakery co-work is open. They waiting for folks to show up to come do something. The spaces are still open. The Small Business Association still having conversations. SCORE is still talking to people. Invest Atlanta and whoever type of entrepreneurial, building up communities, all of that stuff is still happening. First time home buyer programs, all these programs are still in place. I know they threatening a whole lot of things. And if you listen to them, you'll believe that they're gone. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. So go see. Go listen. Make some phone calls. Call some folks. See who got your stuff. Somebody got what you need. You know, all these nonprofit organizations all over the place doing all kinds of things. And the professional people are in there. The ones who got your answers, the one who could tell you what the next steps are, the ones that can tell you what they have to give you to get to your next step. It could be a class, it could be some books, it could be sessions with them. I have sat with SCORE multiple times. And when it came across my mind, when I said it the other day, I said, oh, let me reach back out. I'll talk to them again next week. Get on these people's calendars. Those folks are still volunteering. They are still helping entrepreneurs, people who have massive success. That's how they become those people. That's how they get picked based on their track record. And they're doing this work for free. And SCORE is national. Call somebody. Get to the business of your business, whatever that might be. The other thing is that banks, credit unions, money people is still giving out money.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
And you got to get yourself ready, because I went to Kane University and all the SCORE volunteers were old, rich white men.
Of course.
And I stood outside the door saying, oh my God, do I really want these old, rich white men looking down at me, the little colored girl in her suit? They didn't treat me like that at all.
At all.
Because the people who come Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. The people who come there to share what they know, many of them fought their way up just like we are. And that the gentleman that adopted me said the same thing. I'm male and white, but I was poor white trash, and I fought my way. And the fact that you're way ahead of where I started, so I have all kinds of faith in you. I felt so bad because I had automatically decided that he was going to be one of them guys, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because the one that I had was a white man too. And he was more excited about my work than me.
I know. They said you got such a good start compared to where I started.
Absolutely. So get to your stuff. Get to your stuff. There's more than one way to skin a cat. The money
A
is there.
lot of it is our mental attitude. See, we stop ourselves. We can blame other people outside, but you better have a little talk with Jesus and you.
That part. That part. That part for sure. Well, since your mic is open, you may as well give us our blessing for the day. Like
Well, I don't like it over may as well, but yes,
it
it's important.
is
So
very
come on,
important.
Jeremiah. You never mind. Jeremiah, I know you there. You don't think it's
Jeremiah's there, Mama
might as
is
well.
there, and
Anyway, I'm
yes,
blessed going in,
I'm blessed going
and
in.
I'm blessed coming out,
I'm blessed coming out.
and I'm blessed in the city.
Blessed in the city.
I am blessed in the field.
Blessed in the field.
I am always in the right place at the right time
Always in the right place,
with the right people,
right people,
doing the right thing
on the right thing,
for the right reasons,
the right reasons,
and everything is in divine order.
and everything is in divine order.
As Jabez says, bless us indeed.
As Jabez says, bless us indeed.
Expand our territory.
Expand our territory.
Extend an open hand of favor to us
Extend an open hand of favor to us.
that we may do no harm.
We may do no harm.
And we let go. This is what she's talking about. And let God.
Let go and let God.
Then go with the flow.
And with the flow.
And let the blessings and the money roll in.
And let the blessings and the money roll
Here
in.
it comes from the north, south, east, and west.
From the north, south, east, and west.
From above and beneath.
From above and beneath.
From known and unknown sources.
From known and unknown sources.
Tell us about our money, Doc.
We have supernatural unlimited money, sowing supernatural unlimited seeds.
And we live and give out of God's overabundance so we never run out. We always have more than enough.
Yes.
More than enough to do, more than enough to have anything our heart desires, and more than enough to do anything God puts on our heart to do for others.
Yes, yes, yes.
We have money to spend, money to lend, and money to keep
Mhm.
because our bank is in
Heaven.
and we're the branch banks. And
Yep, Jeremiah
branch
said
banks are supposed to help the
heaven.
community they're in, right? That's why
Absolutely.
they're a branch bank. Go look in the mirror and say, "Good morning, branch bank." Ahead.
Yes. Mama B said branch bank of heaven. Jeremiah said heaven. All these hearts and hearts and hearts and hearts and hearts and hearts over here on the TikTok platform.
Yeah, and every heart is a dollar sign.
Oh, shucks. They put a whole bunch of dollar signs up then. Oh, yes. There's so much to be in gratitude for, so much that we get to do in this space. Just don't forget who you are. Don't forget whose you are. Don't forget where you come from. Don't forget the people who came before you. They laid it down. So don't forget.
Well, Darlene, could you get a bigger rose than that one?
No, of course not.
That was bigger than your head.
Of course not. No.
She's a branch banker heaven, y'all. Look at her.
There's brink of heaven. Rose is getting bigger every day. Well, I thank you all for being here, having a